Hi, so today's class is going to be all about linking movement with breath, really getting into how your body feels and starting to move your body really intuitively. So perfect for you if you're feeling that you just want to get a little bit of movement, you want to really tap into the breath, and it's going to be a little bit of a longer session. At the end, I really encourage you to just pause the video and take a longer Shavasana relaxation. I will do maybe 1-2 minutes and then close the practice, but you can always pause the video and then restart it so that you can close the practice with me as well. So for the session today, all you really need is maybe a blanket just to kneel on to make it a little bit more comfortable. You can also roll the blanket to sit on to raise your hips, which is good for seated poses, or getting a pillow from your bed. You can use yoga blocks, but they're not essential. So coming down to a comfortable seat at first, either on a towel or on a yoga mat if you have one, and just crossing the legs or kneeling, however feels comfortable for you, and just closing down the eyes. Placing your hands wherever feels comfortable today, but just trying to ensure that you're actively relaxing through the shoulders, through the face. If you can feel that you're holding any tension or gripping anywhere, just send the breath to that area of the body and let go. You may hear different noises from the outside world during the practice, but try not to allow them to let your mind wander, and just always coming back to your breath and how your body feels in each pose. Really listen to your body today and just take the poses and positions to wherever you want. Your practice can look however you want, individual for you. I'm just going to guide you through a flow, but you can take whatever positions are comfortable for you today. And again, it's all about just following movement with breath. On the inhalation, feeling the chest rise, and on the exhalation, it falls. On the inhalation, feeling the body get lighter, and on the exhalation, it becomes heavier to the mat. Inhaling energy in, and as you exhale, just feel yourself relax further. And now placing your hands on your tummy, imagine how your baby is lying curled up and safe. And just take the next few moments to send a message to your baby, a loving thought, and just really connect with baby in these next few moments. Now flickering the eyes open, bringing the legs out in front of you, however wide you want to take them, just making sure that you have your feet flexed. And we're going to inhale the arms up to the sky, and as we exhale, we're going to draw the shoulder blades together and just really get a nice chest opener here. Again, inhale up and exhale down. One more time. And now we're going to interlace the hands in front of us, and then we're going to open the palms away. And here with the inhalation and exhalation, I just want you to move. Inhale to the right side. Exhale to the center. Inhale to the left. Exhale back to center. And then back to the right side, and just take a breath cycle here. Inhale, and as you exhale, maybe you reach a little bit further, doming through the back. And then inhaling back to center, and exhale to the left. And again, take another breath cycle here. And then coming back to center, we're going to interlace the fingers behind us, trying to change the lock of the fingers so that the opposite thumb is on top this time. And then again, we're going to roll the palms away from us. We're going to inhale, open the chest, and then exhale over to the right. Inhale back to center, exhale over to the left. And then coming back to the left, taking a full breath cycle here. Really opening through the chest, feeling a good stretch through the arms. And then taking it to the second side. Inhaling and exhale. Good. And then coming forwards, just giving the wrists a little bit of a roll, just getting rid of any tension. And then we're going to inhale the right arm up to the sky. Just a semicircle, and exhale down. Same with the left arm. And now we're going to take this right arm in a full circle, almost a full circle, so that our hand is just behind our back. And we're just going to get a really nice gentle side opener here. Looking over the right shoulder. And this may feel enough, but if you want to roll your chin along your chest just to get into the back of the neck as well, you can do. Inhale, look over the left, and exhale, look back over the right shoulder. Coming back to center, taking it to the left side. Inhale that left arm up and bring it to place behind your back. Just looking over the left shoulder for now. Really trying to focus this openness in the upper body rather than the lower body. And then if you want to roll the chin along the chest, just inhaling and exhale, take it back. And then coming back to center, we're going to bring the legs up and we're going to sit here and we're going to do our seated cat-cow. So we're going to inhale, bring the chest forwards, eyes to the sky. Exhale, draw baby towards our back, chin comes to chest. Feeling a lovely stretch through the back. Inhale forwards. And just doing this at your own breath cycle, just trying to link the full breath to the full movement. And just really feeling into each part of the stretch. Remembering you're still warming your body up. Just one more inhalation and exhalation. And then coming back to center, and we're going to come onto our knees here. So using either a cushion or a blanket just to pad our knees out. And we're going to bring our seat to our heels, so we're in a low knee position. We're just going to bring our hands out in front of us and just start to make circular motions with your wrists. This is really good to just help with any fluid build-up, especially in the mornings if you're suffering from carpal tunnel after being asleep and not moving the limbs. The build-up of fluid can make you feel quite achy. And then we're going to bring the fingertips to the front. And we're going to inhale them to our shoulders. But as we do that, we're going to draw up the pelvic floor. Inhale, draw up. Exhale, relax the pelvic floor down. Inhale, draw up. Exhale, release. Good. Just continue with your own breath. And on the next one, we're going to keep the fingertips on the shoulders, and we're just going to take 3 nice big rolls, just making these as big or small as you want, depending on how warm your body feels. And then we're going to take those circular motions with the elbows in the opposite direction. Now we're going to bring our hands up, and we're going to inhale, keep the pelvic floor relaxed. Exhale, draw up the pelvic floor. Inhale, relax. Exhale, draw up. Inhale, relax. Exhale, draw up. Continue in with your own breath. Good, and then just releasing the hands down. Now we're going to do our slow twitch for our pelvic floor. So we're going to draw up the pelvic floor, and we're going to try and hold it for 8 breaths. Now remember that you need to continue to use your breathing muscles whilst you're drawing up the pelvic floor. Keep the face nice and relaxed. If you can't make the full 8 breaths, that's fine. Release down when you feel you need to, and then draw back up. So completely relaxing the pelvic floor, take an inhalation and exhale. And on the next inhalation, just draw up the pelvic floor. Remembering to breathe. Good, 2 more breaths. And release down. Now if you're not too sure about the pelvic floor and how to work it, there is a video up on my channel telling you how to check in with the pelvic floor, so you may want to look at that. So we're now going to come over to all fours, and again, if you feel that you want to use your cushion or blanket, feel free to kneel on that. We're going to come into our all fours position, and we're going to start to do our cat-cow here. So really making sure that your wrists and shoulders and knees and hips are in line, and just try not to dump too much into the body, just lifting up, feeling the shoulder blades lifting as well, powering up through the shoulders, equal weight in all parts of the body. So we're going to inhale forwards, exhale, curl and draw our baby towards our back, chin comes down to chest. Inhale forwards, exhale, cow round. Inhale and exhale. And now I just invite you to start to take a little bit more movement. You can continue the cat-cow, but just maybe starting to bring a bit more movement. Maybe you take circles, closing down the eyes. You may feel some popping and clicking, but just really getting into parts of the body that need that extra stretch. And if anything feels good, any position, just take a full breath cycle there. Good, just one more breath, and then come into stillness. Now here we're just gonna walk the fingertips around. Maybe you take them a full 180 degrees so that your fingertips face you, or maybe not so far, maybe they just face the corners of the mat. But here, really gentle movements. We're just gonna inhale, rock forwards, exhale back, tiny movements, but just really getting into those wrists. Again, really, really good for your carpal tunnel. And then walking the hands back forwards, keeping the left palm on the mat, turn the right palm up. And here just take a few little circles. Again, very small movements, but you can really feel it getting into the wrist. Just take them in the opposite direction. And then placing that hand to the mat and taking it to the left side. So we're going to come into our active child's pose now. So bringing, tucking the toes under first. So just tucking the toes under you. Bringing the seat to the heels. And we're going to come up onto our fingertips and chest comes down to the floor. Maybe you use a block to rest your head. And here, just really breathe into the back body, and on the exhale, feel yourself getting deeper into the stretch. And now we're going to inhale, we're going to raise the head off the floor, and we're just going to walk our fingertips over to the left, so that we're now over the left leg, and we're just going to then bring our bodies back down for 3 breaths, so you get a really great stretch through the right side body. Inhaling up and taking it to the right. And obviously making your child's pose in your knees as wide as you need to accommodate your baby. One more full inhalation and exhalation. And then inhaling up, coming back to your all fours and just tapping your toes out, getting rid of any tension. And now we're going to float through our cat-cow, sweeping cat to get us to stand. So bending the elbows, bringing the face towards the mat, sweeping through, curling up through our back, seat to heels, and just taking that again. You can also just rock back and forth and push yourself up. On the 3rd time, coming through, tucking the toes and just walking yourself up very slowly, and just giving yourself a moment here just to adjust if you feel dizzy at all. And now standing, we're going to take an inhalation up to the sky and just exhale down. One more time. Inhale up to the sky and exhale down. This time we're going to inhale and just open the shoulders and taking the arms towards the back, just making more of a circle with the arms. And again, inhale and exhale, circle around again, just getting into the chest, into the shoulders. Final time, inhale up and exhale round. We're going to come back down to all fours, so we're going to inhale the arms up, legs hip distance apart, exhale down through, finding your hands to the mat, and just coming to your all fours here. Now we're going to inhale the right arm up to the sky, and we're going to take 2 big circles, and then we're going to bring it back up and we're going to thread our needle, and we're just going to allow the shoulder to hover above the mat, and each time you can take it a little bit further as you open through that shoulder. Final time. And then bringing it back up to the sky, placing your right hand on your mat, and then inhaling the left arm, taking your big circles. And then when you've done 2, exhaling through with your thread the needle. And then placing both hands to the mat. And now we're going to keep our hips nice and high, but we're going to walk our arms out straight in front. This time, rather than bringing the seat to the heels, we're going to keep it high in the sky, and we're going to surrender our chest down to the floor for our puppy pose. And again, please use something, a book, a block, if you want to make your mat higher to your face. Just to rest your head on here. Should just be feeling a really lovely stretch through the upper body, around the armpits. Good. One more inhalation, energy in, Exhale, release that a little bit further. And then coming back up to your all fours. And again, we're going to transition to stand. Flowing through whatever transition you want. And coming to stand at the back of our mat. This time, inhaling the arms up to the sky, grabbing your right wrist and stretching over to the left. And then grabbing your left wrist and stretching over to the right. And then inhale, just circling the wrists down to the earth. And then we're going to come back to our all fours. Inhaling the arms up to the sky. Exhale, come through. And walking out. Now this time we're going to come into our tiger pose. So we're going to stretch out our right leg. So it's straight out and we're on our toes here. And we're just rocking backwards and forwards. Really feeling into this. And then really thinking about your pelvic floor, your slow twitch, just to bring stability into the body. Draw up the pelvic floor, remember to keep breathing, come to stillness. This may be enough for you today, or if you want to test your balance, we're going to inhale the left arm up, exhale it down to the mat, and we're going to do that 4 more times. Inhale up, exhale down, and just making sure you're still lifting out of that right arm, you're not dumping into the right body. 1 more time. And then we're going to bring the knees back in, and let's just move our hips from side to side. And you can also look over each shoulder at the hips, just to help realign the hips. And then come into stillness, and we're going to take it to the left side. So first of all, just getting that nice stretch through the back of the leg, rocking backwards and forwards. This is a really good one if you're struggling with cramps at night. And then come into stillness, drawing up that pelvic floor. And if you want to try and test the balance, inhale the right arm up, exhale it down. Inhale up, exhale down. Good, 1 more. And then just bringing the knee in and giving yourself a little bit of a rock and roll. Just moving wherever the body needs you to. And then coming back to our tiger pose, so we're going to stretch out our right leg behind us. We're going to bring the left hand into the center. We're going to come onto the blade of the right foot, and we're going to open up into our modified side plank. Really pressing the hand and that foot into the floor, feeling nice and lifted. If you want to take a very gentle back bend, you can open the arm and take circles, or you can keep the arm up to the sky. And maybe you want to stay here doing this, or if you want to really engage those muscles, we're going to inhale and we're going to come up. We're going to take a breath here, and then we're going to inhale the left arm up to the sky, and exhale, just take a side stretch here. Again, listening to your body, what feels good to you. And then we're going to windmill the arms back to the floor, and then we're just going to come back to our all fours, little shake of the hips side to side, and then come into the second side. So stretching the left leg behind us, right hand comes into the center of the mat, coming onto the blade of the foot, opening into that modified side plank first, feeling out the body, bringing stability by working the pelvic floor, drawing up the core. Then you can take those circles if you want. Maybe staying here, or pressing into all parts of the body that are on the mat, drawing the pelvic floor up and coming up onto the knee. Inhaling the right arm up to the sky, And if we want, exhaling it over to the left. And then windmilling back down and finding our all fours. Now here you can take a child's pose for slightly longer, or if you want to come into a down dog, then we'll do down dog then child's pose. So for down dog, tucking under the toes, taking an inhalation, and then exhale, raise your hips to the sky, and just taking a walk through the legs, and just taking 3 deep breaths here. And when you've taken your 3 breaths, just finding the knees come to the mat and coming down into your child's pose. So nice resting pose here. Again, head can come to rest on something on the mat if it's more comfortable. And just using these next few moments to really come into the breath, get back focus, slow the breath down if it's sped up. Then inhaling, coming back up, and we're going to transition to our standing. And just standing at the back of the mat here, inhaling up, just bringing the hands through centre, allow them to rest in front of your heart. And just take this moment to really find your mountain pose and ground to the floor. So maybe you rock backwards and forwards, just feeling out the centre of gravity today. In pregnancy, it's changing often as your baby grows and the weight becomes heavier at the front. And then come into stillness, really feeling all 4 corners of each foot on the mat. Feel the earth drawing you down, and just power up through the legs, through the pelvic floor, through the core. Allow the heart to lift, the shoulders to roll back, the face to relax. Good. And then stand at the back of your mat. We're going to step the right leg forward for our warrior 1. So stepping forwards, and we're going to move with our breath. We're going to inhale the arms up to the sky, and exhale, bend the knee, hand through prayer. So you can keep straightening and bending the front knee if you want, or you can keep that front knee bent and just use the arms, or you can place your hands on your belly and just focus on the legs being strong. Whatever you want to do today. Last one, exhaling through, and then we're going to open up to our warrior 2, so along the long length way of the mat, making sure this knee is over the toes. And again here, you can keep the arms still, moving with the breath, or you inhale up, exhale, bring through. Inhale up, exhale through. 2 more. And then straightening that front knee, walking the foot in a little bit, shortening the stance, and just coming into our triangle arms. So powering up through the legs, strong legs. We're going to inhale the right arm up to the sky. You can look up at that right hand, or if it's not great on the neck, look down at the left foot. Just 2 breaths here. And then inhale, right hand comes to right knee, left arm comes up to the sky. And just really trying to focus on opening up through the upper body, chest to sky. And then coming back into our warrior 2, maybe we open that back foot a little bit further. And we're just going to reverse our warrior and come into our side angle. Just nice, gentle arms. So we inhale, we come into reverse. We exhale, we come into our side angle. And as our hands just pass by our belly, we can give our baby a little rub, let them know that we're still thinking of them. And then we're going to straighten that front leg. And we're going to open to the length way of the mat. I'm going to turn to face you so that you can see. We're going to come into our goddess squats here. So we're going to inhale the arms up to the sky, and we're going to exhale, bend through the knees. You may want to exhale through your mouth if it's more releasing. Inhale up, exhale through. One more time, inhale up, exhale down, this time allowing the hands to meet the knees, and just bring the left shoulder in, and maybe you want to look over that left shoulder, just getting a really nice stretch through the upper body, and then inhaling back and exhaling over to the right. And then coming up, we're going to come back up, we're going to turn to the front of our mat and just step to the front of the mat. Now here, just want you to do some hip rolls, just to help again, realign. Really good to do this, swaying the hips from side to side. It's a bit like having a little dance. If the baby's ever feeling in a slightly uncomfortable position and you just want to kindly, gently encourage them to have a little wiggle, if they're sat on a nerve, any sciatica. Also really, really good to do when you're in labour, because it just draws the baby down the birth canal. Good. Then just come into stillness and step into the front of your mat. We want the left leg in front, so we're going to step the right leg back into our warrior one. And again, doing whatever feels good for your body today. I'm going to move with the breath. Inhale up, exhale through. And on this exhale, just open into your warrior two. Nice strong legs. Inhale up, exhale through. Inhale up, exhale through. Inhale, exhale, one more. And then straightening that front leg, walking in the back leg so the stance is a little bit shorter, powering up through those legs. Inhale the left arm up to the sky. And then inhaling back, exhaling so that the right arm comes up to the sky. And then coming back to our warrior two so that we can reverse our warrior. Inhale, back, exhale to side angle. So one more each way. And this time, straightening that leg and opening to the length way of the mat. Toes are facing out, and we're going to do some more goddess squats. We're going to inhale, come up, exhale, come through. Inhale up, exhale through. One more time, inhale up, and exhale, come through. Now with our knees bent, we're going to stay in this deep goddess squat, and then we're going to open the arms up. So left arm comes up to sky, right hand to knee, and just using that knee to just help open the chest a little bit further. And then inhale back, exhale to the second side. And then coming back up, straightening the legs. This time we're going to stay facing the side of our mat or facing the screen. And we're going to bring the hips, the feet to about hip distance apart, and just take some rolls this time. Taking it back and forward, and then just taking those rolls in the opposite direction. Good. Now we're just going to come back to stillness, feet in the similar position, and we're going to come into some squats. So squats are really good for building strength in your legs, which is really important just to help as obviously your upper body gets heavier, you're carrying the weight of baby, but also really good if you're planning an active labour, because you can do quite a lot of squatting and bending of the knees whilst in labour as well. So we're going to inhale the arms up to the sky, Exhale, come into our seat. Inhale up. Exhale, come through into our seat. Good, 3 more. Again, exhaling through the mouth if you feel you need it. 1 more time. And this time, keeping the arms back, staying in our bent knees. And we're just going to inhale the right arm up and make a semicircle, opening the chest. Inhale the left arm up. Good. Now we're going to come back up. We're going to do 5 more. Exhale down. Inhale up. Exhale back. Exhale back, and this time we're going to keep the hands behind the back and we're just going to pump them, drawing shoulder blades together. Good, 1 more breath, and then inhale, come up, and just give the body a little bit of a shake. Shaking out, shaking out. So we're going to come back to the front of our mat. Actually, no, sorry, come to the back of the mat, because we're going to transition to kneeling. We're going to inhale up to the sky, and then exhale, bend through, and just walking our hands out, and just come into kneeling here. Just rocking the hips side to side again. Now, if you feel that you want to come into a down dog here, then you can, or if you feel that you want to take a child's pose after those squats, please do take a child's pose and take a resting breath. Tucking the toes under, inhaling, and exhale, stretch through. Maybe it feels really nice to stretch through the legs after those squats. And then coming back down to the knees, and also just coming down into a child's pose, just for a few breaths. Now we're just going to roll up, curve up through the body, and we're going to walk up so that our hands are on our hips and we're on high knees. Now here we're going to bring the right foot forwards, and we're going to come into our box lunge. So just lifting the leg here, so we're in a low lunge, knee on the floor. And first of all, we're just going to again draw up the pelvic floor to work on the stability, and we're going to bring our right hand to lower back, same hand as knee that's up, and then we're going to inhale the left arm up to the sky, and we're just going to exhale over. You don't have to take this side stretch too far to see how you feel, but really use the pelvic floor to bring stability and balance. Inhale and back up. This time placing the left hand on the lower back, right hand on right knee, and we're going to open the chest to the right. Just really getting into the hips here. And then coming back to centre, walking the foot out to the side of the mat and turning out the foot slightly. And here we're just going to come forwards, hands on hips, exhale back. And again, this movement can be as big or as small as you fancy. If you're suffering from any SPD, then I wouldn't do this, coming backwards and forwards. Maybe you just keep your foot here and you just make circles with the hips, just smaller circles. Really listen in to what feels good. We hold a lot of tension in the hip area, so when you're doing anything like this, just making sure that you're unclenching the jaw as well. Then walking the foot in, and we're going to place this foot back so we've got high knees, and just take again some of those nice circular movements with the hips, both directions, before we come to the second side. So come into stillness when you're ready, and this time bringing the left foot forwards. Bringing the left hand to the lower back, drawing up the pelvic floor, keeping stability in the body. Inhale that right arm up to the sky, And if you want to, just taking a gentle side stretch over to the left. Then inhaling back to bring the right hand on the lower back, left hand to left knee, and open and exhale to the right. Coming back to centre, this time walking out the left foot. And again, just following breath with movement and just really getting into the hips. Maybe it's back and forward, maybe it's more circular movements. Oh, that's my knee. And then just walking that foot back into centre. And we're going to come down onto the knees, bring the hips to the heels, seat to the heels, sorry, and just walk forwards into your child's pose. Just taking 3 breaths here again, recentering, refocusing on the breath. And then when you're ready, just coming up, and we're just going to roll onto our seat and come to our seated poses as we begin to cool down. So we're going to come into a zigzag position with the legs, but if this doesn't feel good for you, you can always just do a cross-legged position and have the right leg in front first of all. So just trying to make sure that both sit bones are grounded on the floor and make sure your feet are flexed. And here we're just going to do semicircles, so inhale and coming forwards, exhale in the opposite direction. Good, just one more each way. And then coming up to sit, you're going to inhale the left arm up to the sky, exhale over. Always thinking inhale, draw length. Exhale, take that a little bit further. And then we're going to inhale back up, and we're going to take it to the second side. Just taking it in the opposite direction. Doesn't matter how far you take it, it's more about opening up through the chest. Try not to be over here, opening up towards the sky. And then lifting up. And now just placing your right hand on your right knee, left fingertips behind you, and we're just going to open to the left. Coming back to centre, and this forward fold, just because of the position of the legs, it's not going to go very far, but you should still feel a nice stretch in the glute. So bringing the fingertips forwards again, can be active on your fingertips. And just inhale forwards, exhale, maybe you bring a little bit of movement, bending the elbows. Inhale up, exhale. You can keep this forward fold still as well. Whatever feels good in the body today, exhale, come forwards. Good. And then we're just going to open the legs, give them a little bit of a shake, and we're going to take it to the second side. This time, left knee coming forwards. So again, let's just inhale forwards, taking our semicircles, and you're definitely going to find one side feels kind of more open than the other. Your dominant side is normally tighter. Just one more, going back. And then coming up to sit, we're going to inhale the right arm up to the sky, exhale over to the left. Then inhale and taking it over to the right. Good. And then just place your left hand on your left knee, right fingertips behind you, and just open it up to the right. and then coming back to center. And again, we're just going to walk our fingertips forwards for this forward fold. Feeling out the body here. Inhale, straighten, and maybe exhale, you fold forward. And then coming forwards. And then now bringing the legs out in front, again, giving them a little shake. We're just going to inhale the arms up to the sky. Exhale them through. Inhale forwards. Exhale round. Inhale up. Exhale forwards. Inhale straighten. Exhale back. Inhale up. Exhale down. Inhale forwards. And exhale, bring them behind. Now just bringing the feet into your Supta Baddha Konasana, so your diamond shape with the feet touching. And here maybe you want to start to close down the eyes, just to really feel into the body. And we're just going to butterfly the knees, really little movements for 5 breaths, trying to keep straight back. And now just taking its stillness and taking 5 breaths here. Now just starting to feel out the feet, giving yourself a really nice foot massage. Get into the arches of the feet. And then now we're going to start to move this massage up through the body, and just with your touch, try to just switch off the body. So as you move up through the legs, just consciously relax each part of the body that the touch passes. Really giving yourself lots of love around the lower back, because in pregnancy your lower back can be really quite sore and achy. Really feeling in to those muscles, working your way up. And when your hands can't reach any further, just coming around the shoulders, maybe up into the hairline. Coming around the arms, around the wrists. And now just using your props to set yourself up as comfortable as possible for your Shavasana. Coming to lay in a resting comfortable position. Maybe it's on your left lateral. And just coming down. Maybe you want to play your favourite song or something that helps you to relax. And just try to take at least a few minutes to really feel the benefits in the body of your practice. You can pause the video now, and when you've finished your Shavasana, you can restart it. Now, as you want to start to awaken the body, allow your breath to become deeper. Feel the body as energy flows into the, use the breath to feel energy flow into the body. Start to move the fingers and toes. Maybe you bring a little movement to the shoulders. And then just slowly coming up, pushing yourself up, using your arms, protecting these core muscles. And just come to a seated position, however comfortable for you. And now just take a few rolls of the shoulders. Place your hands on your tummy. Come back to that thought or message you sent at the beginning of the practice. And hopefully now you're feeling lighter, you're feeling a connection with your body, movement, breath, and baby. Thank you for practicing with me today. Namaste.